Hello again and welcome to Tips with Andrew. I am Andrew Sapiano. Thank you so much for joining me on this happy Thursday. Happy Friday. We are Friday. Yeah, we made it. Sorry, all the days are just blending together for me. Let's get real here. I hope you guys had an awesome week so far. Whatever you guys had planned for it went particularly well. I hope you're ready for the weekend because, well, it's here as we have just realized. Excuse me. I'll tell you one thing, what a beautiful day we are having up here in Canada specifically. We had some snow the other day and now it is actually shorts and t-shirt weather outside, so who knows, right? Quick update, lime oil is the free product of the month this month from doTERRA. I have a quick little thing here about lime oil. Some of the top properties are uplifting, detoxifier, disinfectant, and diuretic. So that's going to be great for helping to sort of boost your emotions, as well as providing a cleanse and detox, and actually also a disinfectant. So if you know, it's bug season now nowadays anyways, at least. So, you know, if you're interested in free stuff, definitely drop me a comment, send me a message, and we'll get you all set up with that. I am just about to launch a weight loss course for beginners. If you or somebody you know of is interested in this, definitely drop me a comment, send me a message. We'll get you some early bird access. There's tons of cool stuff that comes along with that. And I'm super excited for it. I'm ready. I've been putting my time and effort into this one. I hope you guys appreciate it when it does come out. So today, what I wanted to talk about, let's get right into it. What are we? We are Silence Day, something like that. It is National Awareness Day for bullying, harassment, the gay and homophobic community as well. So, what I wanted to talk a little bit about today was, you know, we support all of that stuff, definitely. No argument from me, at least, over here. But I wanted to talk about some ways to listen. You know what, listening and hearing is oftentimes two completely different things. And, you know, just as much as we would love to, you know, or as much as we try, really, sometimes, you know, to be open-minded about what people have to say, or to, you know, to listen in a way that doesn't, you know, sort of disrespect them, right? The old saying, we were given 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we need to listen twice as much as we talk. But, you know, a lot of times we have some cool stuff to say, and, you know, it's just ask us, right? It's very interesting. I can tell you definitely as how much interesting my stuff is that I say. But, you know, we need to listen to other people, and we don't always do that. We're not always the best at listening and sort of understanding where other people are coming from. And that's where I wanted to come in, give some tips that sort of help me. You know, I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. Just ask Tina, you know, she'll tell you. But I try, right? And I have some tips that help me sort of when I find myself sort of derailing, getting off the tracks, and you know, need a push right back on there. So, without further ado, let us get started. Let's get it started, right? There's a song there, I know it. So, tip number one, be present, right? Just understand that this person that is talking to you, whether it be a friend, a family member, you know, somebody on your team, you know, a loved one, a significant other, a child, a parent, right? Doesn't matter who, you need to be present, right? This person is really putting their heart and soul on the line to tell you what's going on in their life, be it good or bad. You know, it doesn't matter. Not everything all the time is going to be sunshines and lollipops. Sometimes you're going to have to deal with, you know, things that are a little bit tougher to deal with. So that's where we need to understand that when somebody wants to talk to us, you know, they've chosen us, right, out of the many amounts of people that they could be talking to, and they've chosen us. So, you know, we need to be grateful for that in itself, and you know, just be present, right? Turn off the cell phone. Don't get distracted by notifications. You know, if people are walking by, right, don't, you know, keep eye contact, right? definitely keep eye contact. That lets the person know. If you're sitting there on your phone, right? I mean, let's get real here. If I was to be on camera right now, sitting here on my phone, right? Nobody would really care about what I'm talking about because, you know, whether or not you're here, I have no idea because I haven't looked up. But that's where I talk about being present, right? Don't, you know, put away the distractions. Don't let yourself get distracted, right? It's a real skill that you need to learn to, I guess, you know, sort of define, if you will, for a lack of a better term. You know, put away the distractions. Don't allow yourself to get distracted because you know it, right? When you're trying to talk to somebody and they couldn't care less about what you have to say, not only do you not want to continue, but it really makes you irritated to the point where you're like, okay, fine, whatever, you know, cool. Peace out, man. I guess whatever you got going on is way more important than what I do. So that's where, you know, be present, put away the distractions. It's definitely a skill that needs to be learned, and it's definitely something that we can learn with a little bit of effort over time. Number 2, provide feedback. This goes right along with you know, being present in the conversation, because if you're present, you know exactly what's going on from the other person's point of view, so you know exactly when to provide feedback, right? If they're asking a question or if they're not asking a question, right? Or if they're maybe trying to tell you something without actually telling you something, or, you know, whatever, right? Whatever is happening, if you're being present in the conversation, if you're actually, you know, actively listening, you've got your ears open, you will be able to provide feedback, you know, good or bad, right? People hate hearing bad news, but it's not like they don't like, or it's not like they won't listen to it, right? You know, criticism goes both ways. But, you know, you can't just be sitting there and criticizing everything they have to say, because nobody's going to want to talk to you after that point. I mean, if you're, again, think about realistically, if you're talking to somebody and all they're doing is just shooting down all your ideas and, you know, telling you everything that you're thinking of is wrong or dumb, or, you know, why don't you think this way, or, you know, why can't you see things my way, right? It makes you, I mean, irritated is the least of the worries at that point, right? You just want to wring their neck. I mean, let's get real here, right? So that's why we be present in the conversation, provide feedback, and let the other person know that you're actually caring about what they have to say, because, you know, it will go a long way, right? People talk to you more often than not, they want to complain, right, about something that's going on. But, you know, that's where you have to really understand that people are just looking for somebody to talk to, right? They're looking for somebody to, you know, an ear, right? Just an ear. That's all they're looking for. And you provide that and people will love you. It's a really weird thing. Number 3, don't judge. This one goes right along. I've got a thing here, right? A theme here. I'm on a roll right now. So don't judge, right? When you're actively listening, right? You're present in the conversation. You're providing feedback. Don't judge. Don't judge, right? People have, and don't get me wrong, this one is super hard even now for me, right? You know, especially when you know you're right, and the other person is just not seeing it, and you're like, cool. And, you know, you're trying not to judge, and you're trying to be open-minded, but you know for a fact they're wrong. And, you know, I mean, you know, give them credit, right? The passion, you know, the empathy behind it is just there, right? They really want you to know that, you know, they're wrong. You can't say anything to them because they're so passionate about it, right? They're so enthusiastic. They've just really given her at that point. And, you know, that's where you just have to have an open mind, right? Everybody thinks differently, and not everybody's going to think the same as you. And that's what makes everybody a unique individual. Even people that do think like you don't actually think like you, because they either come to that thought process from a different equation, or there's a little difference in their thinking, right? Just a little hint that differentiates you from the other person, right? So even people that are, you know, like-minded, you still need to have an open mind, because they could say something that, you know, will trigger a response inside of you. And it's so super easy to get caught up in the moment when you know that they're wrong, right? Or you think you're right, and you know, you really want to correct them, but you know you shouldn't. you're really trying to hold back. You're really trying to be present. And so that's where, just have an open mind when talking to people. People are going to say some really weird things, and it happens, and they're going to be super enthusiastic about things that you're not. That's where you need to just understand that you two are coming from a completely different place, but you still need to have to, be open-minded, actively present in the conversation, and just be grateful that this person chose to talk to you. Okay, so we are talking tips here on how to be a better listener, improve your listening skills. Number 1, be present in the conversation. Number 2, provide feedback. When you're present, you're able to provide feedback. Number 3, don't judge. Have an open mind. Number 4, don't interrupt. This is at the downright of it just rude, right? Your mother always told you this, no matter where you were or who you were talking to. Don't interrupt. It's rude to interrupt, right? And it really is. And think about, again, go back to the way that you're thinking about it. When you're talking to somebody and somebody just keeps interrupting you and keeps talking over you, right? That you get irritated and you get annoyed and you just want to, right? So that's why, the golden rule, right? Do unto others as you would have them do unto you, right? So if you don't like being interrupted, don't interrupt. I don't know, it seems pretty self-explanatory to me. But again, this one goes along with, we have super important things to say. I mean, just ask us as people. We are like the smartest people in the world. We're the smartest creatures. We have all of the answers, and I can tell you the answer to all of your problems if you would just listen, right? Just ask us. But it's not always the case, right? We love to hear our own voice, and we love to be right. Obviously, I don't know. Maybe I'm alone in that, but I love to be right. But that's where you need to understand. Just go back to when you're talking, right? If you don't like to be interrupted while you're trying to get your point across, don't interrupt somebody while they're trying to get their point across. Even if you think that you're right and you think that they're wrong, let them have it, right? Don't interrupt, because that's just downright rude, right? It's just letting the other person know that you could not care less about what they have to say, and what you have to say is more important, and they need to be listening to you instead of you listening to them, because clearly you have it all together and they don't. So remember what your mother said. It's rude to interrupt. Don't. Number 5, see nonverbal cues. This one is huge because people say things all the time without actually saying things, right? Body language speaks wonders. What's the saying? A picture's worth 1,000 words, right? So I would assume body language, being like a picture, could be worth, I don't know, maybe not 1,000, but definitely, 600-700 words, I would say. If you're sitting there crossed-armed like this, looking down, looking away like this, right? Maybe turn your back like this, right? I mean, that to me tells me that you're not interested even in the slightest about what I have to say, right? So nonverbal cues, but at the same time, arms are down, right? Really leaned over, looking into you. That's that's time to strike, right? That's the sale pose right there. This person is ready to be bought, whatever you're selling. So keep an eye on the nonverbal cues. People say things all the time, right, without saying things. People use body language all the time as a way to, get their point across. Me, I'm a hands person, right? I talk with my hands. I need to talk with my hands. If I'm like this, I don't know, it just feels weird to me. I also like rocking back and forth, right? For me, I don't know, these things, they all make me, I feel nervous, right, when I'm just standing there like this, and then I have to talk in front of people, or not even in front of people, just talk in general. But see, even now, like I'm moving my hands and I'm shrugging my shoulders, I don't know, I just can't help it. So, watch the nonverbal cues, because people will tell you things without telling you things all the time. And I love that one, actually. I just thought of that one. A picture's worth 1,000 words. I would assume body cues are worth at least 500, 600, 700 words. My next tip is use an acronym called it's called RASA. So RASA, which is receive, appreciate, summarize, ask. So this is basically it right here when you're listening, right? When you're listening, you are receiving the content that they are giving. You are appreciating it, right? Yep. Oh, great, yep, love that. You know, positive reinforcement. Summarize, right? So if you don't understand what they're saying, maybe summarize it back to them in a form that both of you can understand it, or, you know, summarize back what they're saying to them to let them know that you are actively present in the conversation, right? You care about what they're saying. And then ask questions, keep the conversation flowing. People love talking about themselves. They really do. And if you let them, they'll go on and on and on and on and on. And I'm fairly positive that there's not enough time in the world to listen to all the stuff that people have to say if you let them, right? So remember this acronym, RASA. Receive, appreciate, summarize, ask. Receive the content, appreciate it, positive reinforcement, summarize what they're saying to let them know that you care about what they're saying, and ask questions. Let them know that you care. Again, just reinforce that you care about what they're saying, so much so that you're asking questions to keep them going, to keep it so that they are interested in keeping going. My last tip more than anything is essential oils. And then these essential oils that I have here, I have a few blends here that are great for sort of calming the nerves, right? When you're trying to listen to somebody, like I mentioned before, it can be huge. It can be super easy to not care about what they say, right? To be so interested in what you have to say, to be, you know, just waiting for the moment for them to stop talking to, you know, such nonsense so that you can get your point in, because it's so important and so much more, or, you know, so much better than what they have to say, right? So I love using these as sort of a way to calm down. A blend of oils like Balance. Balance is the grounding blend from doTERRA. And I actually use this one in the morning, you know, on a daily basis, right? I love putting a drop on the bottoms of my feet. If you're familiar at all with reflexology, all of your organs are connected through the bottoms of your feet. So I love the way that I can tap into my whole body just through the bottoms of my feet and really promote like a relaxing environment, right? Calming, grounding effect right off the bat. So that way, you know, I can give myself a fighting chance right off the bat, right as soon as I wake up in the morning. Another blend that I have is Adaptive, and I brought this one out in the roller bottle form because I love using the roller form of these ones more than I like using the oil form. So this one's just got the oil dropper, and actually what we do with these ones is we can take the tops off and just make it its own roller that way. And you know, the blends, they come diluted in fractionated coconut oil. All that means is essential oils at the base of it are volatile aromatic compounds. So all that means is they just switch states from a liquid to a gas very quickly. And with the coconut oil, it will slow the process down and allow for deeper penetration and increased benefit. So I love using the roller form of this one, right? Just on my neck, right on my, right in the back of my neck, maybe on my wrists, right? Get it into my bloodline. And I love the way that it just promotes a relaxing environment. This one, again, I love using as a roller so that anytime I'm going into any situation, I can just roll it on, right? And I've got the confidence to just keep going. That's all I got for you for today. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I know I had some fun making it. Feel free to share this with your friends, a family member, perhaps somebody from your team that you feel needs to hear this. If you'd like to learn more about essential oils or how to get your hands on some of this cool stuff that I'm talking about, or if you would like a free sample of oils, definitely drop me a comment, send me a message saying me, and we'll get you rocking and rolling. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your Friday and an even better weekend now that it's here. And I look very forward to talking to you again. I love you guys. Bye for now.